Are we on? Are we in?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening. Konbanwa. Hachimashite. Watashi wa Girigu desu. So tonight we meet again in Pak Iman's show, Kung Iman's channel, and I'll be the host for tonight. And our topic is about bulletin board.
Bulletin board.
Bulletin.
I don't know.
You should check it first.
Yes,
before we talk.
usually
Let's
it's
see.
mating. Mating.
Okay, in Indonesia, we call it mating, and an abbreviation from Majalah Dinding. Why Majalah Dinding? Board magazine, because it's maybe how it came to be bulletin board. Maybe you know the history.
Well, I didn't even trace the history of bulletin board.
Okay,
I
so
just use it in my activities.
so as you can recall, maybe Pak Iman, as long as you studied in the schools, how early is you recognize a bulletin board in your school?
Well, mostly I started active in bulletin board when I was in SMA, high school.
Senior high.
Senior high school, yes. At the time, my teachers asked me to manage the Papan Sastra. You know, Papan Sastra is also kind of.
What is Papan Sastra in English?
Papan Sastra is a
literature board.
bulletin board special for literature. Yeah, like that. Yeah, but and one day he asked me to. He called me, Mom. You have to manage that. And okay. I I'm excited about that job, and yes, because I like writing and making something. What is aneh? Yeah, aneh. What is strange?
New.
I like to make something strange or new things, and yes. Like that.
Okay. I'm using my mobile phone to open Google Translate. So
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to find what is the meaning of mating. Here is Wall Magazine.
Wall Magazine. Yes, Wall Magazine.
All right. So when I was in elementary school, primary school,
yes,
we didn't have any bulletin board.
Oh, I see.
That was from 1986 to 1991. I don't know if it is because of the teachers or the cultures of education, but I started to recognize it on junior high school. It was 1992 or something. So, but
you mean while you studied STM? No.
Junior high, yes. SMP. Yes.
SMP 2.
Yes.
SMP 2.
So your high school year will be 1960?
1969.
So almost 1970. And it was in Surabaya.
It was in Probolinggo. Yes.
I assumed that the closer you are to the civilization, which is like the city, the big cities like Surabaya, the earlier you will introduce to such a media.
Yes.
So what was in the bulletin board?
Yes. Actually, I like writing poems.
So you wrote it yourself?
Yes, of course.
And put
because I should manage and I should make the bulletin boards very interesting so that every students and
Right,
teachers
right.
read.
Mm,
So I make something new, yeah, attractive, and
yes.
that is
Mm,
forced me to do something to think, differently. Yeah.
mm. Yes. So content is important, but appearance is
Yes. Also
also important,
important.
because if no one's uh, interested in reading the content of the bulletin board, what's the point?
Yes. Yes. The first, maybe some mudding writers forget
Mm.
that fonts, alphabet is important.
One of the aspect of
Yeah, one of the
yes.
aspects font. So the size must be bigger than when they,
Casual
yeah,
writing is
casual
big,
writing.
yes,
So that's make
of course,
interesting.
because the readers will stand in front of the
Mm.
board, like more than further
Yes, yes.
than what is read in the
If
books.
if the content is can be seen in the rather far,
Uh,
um, about 1 meters,
mm,
and then they will get closer
mm,
and read. But
yes.
if it is too small,
Mm,
and even they can, no,
yes.
yeah.
So I I remembered a term for that is eye catching.
I can sing.
Yes, because
Yes, yes,
it was meant, bulletin board, it was meant for the passerbys,
yes.
those who
Yeah, the passerby is the is
Mm.
subject to catch
yes,
and invite them to read our
yes,
content.
your design, your
Mm-mm.
appearance must be so interesting so that they will stop and see.
Right, right. I was a nice experience when I was a teacher in a vocational school. Yeah, I am very experienced in this matter
Mm,
because I saw that no teachers pay
attention.
attention or maybe care to mudding,
Mm,
and even students.
mm,
So only a little person who care about to the bulletin board.
mm,
So I'm thinking about how to make them
mm,
attract
mm,
on this matter.
mm,
Yeah, I make a blank page there
mm,
with only headlines. I mean clue. Yeah,
mm,
suppose it is can we say the clue, questions,
mm,
and I also put a ballpoint
mm,
hang with a
mm. String.
string
Right,
there. Yeah, in order to
Anybody can read.
anybody
write
can write
uh,
there. Yeah,
on the blank page.
I ask something.
Mm.
Yeah,
And the page. You wrote
and
that.
the page
Mm.
under the status. Suppose in this Metos era that we can say it status.
Mm.
Yeah, suppose like that. Having this closer, suppose like this. Yeah, or maybe to be easily understand. It is easy to be apa ya, peduli ya,
Yeah.
to be care. Misalnya, and then anybody can read there,
Mm.
yeah, free
Mm.
according to opinion. At
So
the time,
it's a poem or a story?
no,
or
no, no, a kind
anything?
of
Question, and they expected to
Yeah,
write
yeah.
the answer.
yes. The context like this, yeah. I saw that many people doesn't care about cleanliness.
Mm.
Yeah, they throw the garbage everywhere.
Mm.
So I want to apa ya,
Raise the awareness.
raise their awareness by that phenomenon,
Mm.
and then I ask question. Berbuat baik itu mudah sekali.
Mm.
Nah,
Yeah.
I suppose like,
For example.
for example, taruh sampah pada tempatnya. Terus like, and then everybody can read that.
Continue the list.
Continue the list with their own words. Yeah. And for my surprise, that even teacher,
their answers
take
below.
part in the action. So
Interesting.
in this era, maybe we can say social experiments.
Yeah.
Social experiments.
Why not?
Yeah. In 1 week, the page is full with.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Now, why don't you, maybe the audience here, let's try to make such a intriguing question so that
intriguing.
Your friends in Facebook, WhatsApp, or whatever will put their ideas onto.
Of course, yes.
Your question.
Yeah. I've done it.
Yeah.
By making collaborative poetry.
Yes.
You know,
I know.
I just say, start your poem with one line, beginning with shh. And then everybody start the poem.
Many people.
Coba kamu, and then after finish, maybe for 3 hours, just like that, I arrange that lines into a poem. That's very interesting.
Okay, well, maybe this is the most important thing about having bulletin board.
Yes,
like you said, some people doesn't care about managing a bulletin board because they don't see what is so important of having one.
Yeah.
Why is it necessary?
Yeah.
In school, why?
Well, I don't know, because it is about awareness. Yeah, awareness. Maybe
maybe you know why we should have a bulletin board. Why is it important in our school?
Well, it is, according to my experience, it is also effective to share ideas. Yeah, before we have social media like now, but I think it's still necessary since the availability of the social media is not can be dijaga, kan diharapkan.
Expected.
Yes, expected every time. About for the first, the condition, of the signals like that, and then second, for teachers, it's also kind of a method to put their lessons
yes,
in real life.
Yeah.
Not only in the classroom, but they can bring their subject into real and daily life, become bahan pembicaraan, topics in every students. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you, Pak Iman. That reminds me of our bulletin. You know, our home was in front of our home. There was a big and large board, which usually you put 2 pages of newspapers.
Oh, I see. Yes.
And one of the side of newspapers which interests people is football page.
Yes,
because people
football
like
page. Yes.
reading football news, and you know the tukang bakso. And they stop and they watch. They read the newspapers.
Yeah. When I was a student in Surabaya in 1971, in front of a newspaper office, there was a bulletin board, and every morning, everybody stand there. Many people. Yeah. Okay. So it's very interesting.
Also in my senior high school, the bulletin board was not so interesting at the time. But one of the teacher, he had a collections of uh, 3D books. You
Oh,
know,
I see.
yeah.
Yes.
So he every day he
Tear.
changed. Yes.
Change.
Every day he tear a page of his book and
Yeah.
stick it on the board, and the students us are challenging each other who
Yeah.
can read, who can see through the
I
3D
see, yeah.
picture first.
Mm.
And that's why we came as early as possible to
To-
stare at the pictures and
Yeah.
try to figure out what is inside the
Yes,
picture.
yes.
That's
Mm.
maybe uh, uh, all of others are not so interesting, but that one
Yes. Yes, yes.
reminds me very much.
Let me tell you, when I was the editor of my bulletin, my marking, I usually write easy, easy, easy or easy, easy,
You see.
easy. A short paragraph, a short apa tulisan. uh, it is sometimes with the humorous
Style.
style, yeah, and I menyindir,
That's difficult word.
yeah, what is menyindir?
Criticize.
Criticize the situation in a funny way, not tolol but lucu, yeah, and lucu. And one day my in bahasa teachers said to me, Mom, my husband apa tertawa laughs
Laugh at your
laugh at your
writing.
writings. I usually use not my name at the time. I use a pseudonym in order to not to make my name secretly, but just a tradition of some writers. I only follow them to. I use Satoyan. So at this school, I famous with this name Timbang instead of my own name. Yeah, so my friends and my teachers call me Satoyan because of my pseudonym. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Shall we call him now Kung Satoyan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we do hope that this culture will be continued in the future because this is also part of creativity, I think.
Yeah. Oh, hold a moment.
Yes.
There is something interesting in 1996 and around that time. A kind of bulletin boards is booming at the time with the name Mading Tiga Dimensi.
Oh.
Yes. It's a kind of mading, but presented in such a way so that people can touch, can involve, can come around the situation like environment, and bahasa in art we can say apa ya, seni lingkungan, happening, yes, the kind of happening. And I always pointed to be judged when it is competition by Radar Jember. I saw that creativity is rising at the time, and the initiative is usually made by Java Post. They usually make the competition in the East Java area, and the fun to make that art is big, yes, more than 1 million. But the students is excited to do that. Of course, it's supported by the school, yes.
Well, visual is important, but I argue that,
Mm.
however,
Mm.
the engagement of the readers is beyond that. So I say, don't get too much spending on the decoration.
Yes.
That you will lose the content of your bulletin, because
Mm.
as a it's like a media, it's like a newspaper. The message
The
you are
message.
delivering
Yes.
is to educate or
Yeah.
to pursue people to do what your idea, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's say that's enough for today.
Yeah.
We will try to collect other ideas. If you like us to talk about, please write something on the comments and have
Subscribe.
and yeah. Do we have a subscribe button?
Yes,
I don't
we
think
have
so.
a
Facebook doesn't have.
250 subscribers. And
Really?
yeah.
On YouTube.
Kanal Kung.
Oh.
At YouTube. Yes. Okay.
Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Not that. Bulletin board. That's bulletin.